A whole country quietly embraced Hedera for its national systems, and I almost missed it. It sounds crazy, but a government is using HBAR's blockchain tech to manage things like land titles and legal documents, and it's happening in Georgia. No, not the US state with Atlanta. I'm talking about the country of Georgia. This could be Hedera's biggest real-world test yet, and almost no one is talking about it. I first stumbled on a tiny headline about Georgia partnering with Hedera, and, I'll be honest, I nearly scrolled past it. Another crypto partnership, so what? But something about a government ledger overhaul caught my eye. I dug deeper, and it turns out Georgia's Ministry of Justice signed an agreement with Hedera to explore revamping their entire national public registry system on blockchain. In plain English, they want to use Hedera's network to upgrade how they record property titles, assets, and legal documents across the country. That's huge. This isn't just some startup's pilot project. It's a national government aiming to make land registration faster, more transparent and secure by using a public ledger. Here's where it gets even more interesting. They're talking about tokenizing real estate and using smart contracts for property deals. Imagine putting your house on the blockchain or executing a sale via a smart contract instead of a stack of papers. It sounds futuristic, but Georgia's actually been moving in this direction for a while. Back in 2016, long before blockchain was a buzzword, Georgia's National Agency of Public Registry started experimenting with a private blockchain system to help verify documents. That early system linked their database to a public blockchain so any citizen could confirm a document's authenticity online. It worked so well that Georgia gained a reputation for one of the most efficient property registration processes in the world. They basically cut out fraud and red tape by hashing records onto a blockchain. Now fast forward to today. With Hedera on board, Georgia's taking it to the next level. Technology has leaped ahead since 2016, and Hedera's network offers the kind of speed and security that a nationwide system needs. The new plan is much broader than that old pilot. We're talking about a full modernization of how people in Georgia buy, sell, or mortgage property. And it's not just for those living in Georgia. This upgrade also caters to the Georgian diaspora, folks from Georgia living abroad. Picture a Georgian expat in London or New York who wants to sell a plot of land back home. With the new system, they could potentially do the entire transaction online in maybe 10 minutes, using a smart contract and secure digital ID. No flying back home, no weeks of waiting for paperwork, just a few clicks and done. How cool is that? For the people, it means convenience. For the government, it means a tamper-proof record and fewer chances for corruption or error. Now, as an HBAR holder, hearing this made me sit up. Government and blockchain in the same sentence. That's like seeing a cat and a dog play together. It doesn't happen often. And when it does, you pay attention. If a country is willing to trust Hedera for something this critical, it speaks volumes about Hedera's tech. We're talking about real use case adoption here, not just crypto hype. I mean, they literally want to secure land titles on a public ledger. That requires serious confidence in Hedera's security and reliability. It's the kind of news that makes me feel vindicated for believing in HBAR. But it also got me thinking, why isn't everyone in crypto losing their minds over this? This might shock you, but I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video is financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile, and you could lose all the money you invest. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional. Your investments are entirely your responsibility, and you should know that nothing is ever guaranteed when it comes to investing. Neither I, this channel, nor YouTube are liable for any losses. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Alright, disclaimer out of the way. Let's talk implications. If you're like me, you probably check HBAR's price after news like this, and guess what? The price barely moved. In fact, right around the time of this announcement, HBAR was slightly down. Go figure. That tells me a lot of people either missed this news or didn't grasp its significance. And honestly, I get it. Country Upgrade's land registry isn't as sexy a headline as HBAR to the moon, but as an investor, this is the kind of development I love to see. It's real, it's tangible, and it's long-term bullish in my opinion. Think about it. Today, it's Georgia. Tomorrow, if this goes well, maybe other countries follow. It sets a precedent. Hedera could become the go-to network for governments looking to modernize public services. That could mean more usage of the network, more transactions, and ultimately more demand for HBAR to fuel those transactions. Now, I'm not saying go buy HBAR because of one partnership. Remember the disclaimer you just heard. But I am saying this is exactly the kind of quiet progress that could make HBAR a big deal in a few years, regardless of what the price is this week. And Georgia's deal is not happening in isolation. Hedera's been making moves under the radar on multiple fronts. Just a few days ago, I read that a fintech firm called cSigma chose Hedera to run a stablecoin project for real-world assets. They specifically went with Hedera because it has predictable fees, a legal framework for tokenization, and a solid track record. Basically, all the boring stuff that big institutions care about. Boring can be good, because it means Hedera is seen as stable and reliable. On top of that, Hedera recently integrated with Axelar's network, opening the door to connect with over 60 other blockchains. Imagine HBAR being able to move seamlessly between Ethereum, Solana, and dozens of other ecosystems. That's what this Axelar bridge does. It's like Hedera just got a passport to travel the entire crypto world. For those of us into decentralized finance, that's a big deal, because it could bring a ton of liquidity and new use cases into the Hedera ecosystem. So, we have a country using Hedera's tech, a stablecoin platform picking Hedera for its strengths, and cross-chain bridges linking Hedera to everyone else. Piece by piece, these moves are building an HBAR empire quietly in the background. No flashy marketing, just real adoption. It's almost sneaky how much is happening without the wider market noticing. By the way, if you want to chat more about these kinds of developments, or anything crypto, we've got a free educational Discord. The link is in the description. It's a great place to ask questions, share news, and learn from a whole community of crypto enthusiasts. Come say hi. Now, speaking of new developments that not everyone knows about yet, let me share a quick personal side quest I've been on. Lately, I've been experimenting with something called Unity nodes. It's not the main focus today, but it ties into this whole theme of crypto quietly integrating into everyday life. Unity Nodes is a project by World Mobile and Minutes Network, and it basically lets regular folks like you and me contribute to a network using our everyday devices. Think of it like turning your smartphones into mini nodes that help run a decentralized network, and you earn crypto for doing it. Here's how I see it. They offer software licenses, kind of like access passes, for you to run nodes. Not a physical node machine, but software on phones or computers. People are talking about Unity nodes because it could democratize who gets to support and benefit from a network. Instead of giant data centers, you could have thousands of personal devices keeping the network running. I actually went ahead and bought a Unity node license. It came with up to 200 node slots, which means I can connect up to 200 phones or devices as part of the network. I'm starting small though, just 10 phones as a test to see how it all works. If it's successful, I'll scale up gradually. And the cool part? The rewards I earn can be paid in Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, or XRP. I get to choose. It's a pretty interesting way to earn crypto passively using hardware I already have lying around. Now, I'm not saying this is some get-rich-quick thing. Like everything, it has risks, and it's early. But it's a great example of how crypto is expanding beyond just trading coins. With Unity nodes, I'm basically staking my resources, my phones and electricity, to support a network, and in return, I accumulate more crypto over time. If you're curious about the technical details or the potential returns, I'll include a link in the description to their light paper and a rewards calculator. Do your own research on it if you're interested. I always encourage that. I've talked about Unity nodes in several videos before, so some of you might already be familiar. The concept isn't entirely new to our community, but I wanted to update you on my personal trial run with it. For me, it's another way to stay ahead in this space, exploring Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C to grow my crypto stack responsibly. And that brings me to another important part of my crypto journey, staying prepared and secure. We've seen too many exchanges go under or freeze withdrawals, so I made it a rule to never rely on just one option. In fact, I have a strategy. I sign up, verify my ID, and test out as many reputable exchanges as possible. Think of it as having a plan A, plan B, and plan C in case something goes wrong. If exchange A goes down or has an incident right when I want to make a trade or withdrawal, I can quickly move to exchange B or C. It's like having multiple escape routes. I highly recommend this approach for anyone serious about crypto. Don't put all your trust in one platform. I personally have accounts on a few big exchanges, like 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗱 and others, so I'm never locked out of the market. If you're considering this, I've got all my trusted exchange links on my website linked in the description. Heads up, those are affiliate links, which means if you use them, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. I always appreciate it when you guys use those links, but of course, feel free to sign up however you prefer. The key is that you have alternatives ready. While we're on the topic of security, let me emphasize one more thing. Not your keys, not your coins. We talk about this a lot, and it's because it's true. Keeping your crypto on an exchange long term is like leaving cash in someone else's safe. It might be fine for a while, but if something happens to that company, your money could be gone. That's why I use hardware wallets for any crypto I'm holding long term. My go-to is a Ledger hardware wallet. It's a little device that stores my private keys offline, meaning I, and only I, control access to my crypto. If you haven't gotten a hardware wallet yet, please consider it. Even if it's not Ledger, any reputable one will boost your security. Just make sure you buy it directly from the manufacturer's official store. Don't ever buy a hardware wallet from third-party sellers on Amazon or eBay because there are fake devices out there. I have a direct link to Ledger on my website for those interested. That one is also an affiliate link that supports the channel, just FYI. Whether you use my link or not, definitely take that step to protect your assets. It's one of those things you'll be very glad you did, especially in a volatile space like crypto. So, where does this all leave us? For me, the takeaway from Georgia's Hedera deal and all these other developments is that crypto is quietly growing up. We're moving beyond just speculation and into real-world utility. A country is using Hedera to overhaul a public service. Projects like Unity are letting regular people power networks. Exchanges and hardware wallets are getting more user-friendly and secure. This is the maturation of the crypto space happening right before our eyes, even if the daily price charts don't always reflect it. To my fellow HBAR holders out there, I know it can be frustrating when our favorite token isn't in the daily hype cycle, but news like this Georgia partnership is a reminder of why many of us got into HBAR in the first place. Hedera has always been about strong technology and real enterprise adoption, seeing a government leverage it for something as important as land titles. That's validation. It means the groundwork is being laid for HBAR's future, brick by brick. We might wake up one day and realize tons of systems around us are running on networks like Hedera, and most people won't even realize it's blockchain under the hood. I'm personally excited and a bit proud. It's like watching a startup you believed in finally land a major client. It might not make headlines on every crypto blog, but it's the start of something bigger. So keep an eye on developments like these. They might not pump your portfolio overnight, but they signal a longevity and usefulness that could pay off in the long run. Alright, I hope this story gave you a fresh perspective on what's happening with Hedera and beyond. If you found this interesting, consider sharing it with a friend who's into crypto, or drop a comment with your thoughts. Do you think other countries will follow Georgia's lead? I'd love to hear what you think. And one last thing, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more stories and deep dives coming, and I'd hate for you to miss out. There's always something new, and often underreported, in crypto to explore. Thanks for hanging out with me for this one, and I'll catch you in the next video. Happy investing and stay safe out there.